All right, it's time to KiwiEars Halcyon. And there's a song. In fact, I haven't played it yet. Let me put it on while I'm talking about this because this is a Kickstarter. Halcyon, on and on. Where the hell are you? Halcyon. Oh, God. You okay, computer? You seem very sad. Oh, there it goes. It even typed it. Halcyon, on and on by Orbital from the Hackers soundtrack specifically. These IEMs, as of the recording of this, 5 days left from the Kickstarter, $209 for the early bird special. They're going to be $260 when they're out. And that's the word of the day. Well, that's a word. That's a word. That's a word. That really isn't a word. And then that, yes. So the thing I'm looking forward to the most in IEMs as of the last year is not how much bass or how accurate the frequency response is. It's, are you doing fun things with where the sound is? Things like the Dawn X from Awful, which is $1,400, did amazingly fun things where it sounded like every instrument was like a different octave. It was like, whoa. I want to be surprised by IEMs and it gets boring. These are not boring. Kickstarter, there's apparently been 926 backers, and of their goal of $10,000, they've raised $200,000. Should have done this for Eris. Well, I should have done it for the Serene. Pledge $209. There's only 10 left of the 480. So you guys are probably going to get bumped to the next thing, which is 219. So, oh my God, I'm so sorry. 36 left of that. And then there's more and more and more and more. Damn, there was none left of the 199. These, I'm taking them out of my ears. These have a very, it's not a boring backplate, but listen. Quality build on that. Laser engraved pattern. I don't know how to quite describe that. Here, you guys have eyes. You figure it out for yourself. So not colorful, but just like that dark metallic bronze. It makes me happy to look at it. And KiwiEars, known for how nice their stock IEM wires are, and not headphone wires, pulling off the 4.4 adaptable, or in the little zippy zip, there's a 3.5 if you want to yank it off, although that is quite long. That's the one complaint I have, is that their docking system, while I love the fact that I could just push it together and twist it until it falls in place, I don't have to look for pins, it is like, I don't know if I want to stick that out of a portable device. Well, technically it'll be that much sticking out of a portable device. So mild concern, but the wire itself, 4-wire weave, it came out of a little tiny pouch, and look how dead straight it is. That's excellent. So we've got good build quality, excellent wire, not a ton of accessories. It comes with some replaceable filters for the actual screens. It comes with a very basic tip kit. I'm using Duno SS tips. I have all the tips I like to use linked in the description. I actually was sent or given a few different tips. Sonic ear tips, 3 pairs. More Sonic ear tips, Galaxy edition. And the smoothest ever velvet, which I might put in the rotation just to see if I could put those through their paces. But for now, please check out the Kickstarter link in the description. I'll also link to Linsol directly in case this video is being seen and not during the Kickstarter, but in 6 months when these are out. Let me describe them. So I'm going to put them back in my head holes. My head is filled with many holes, some of which I'm sure people would like to fill with fists. But for now, and I'm going to move to this because, so everyone's excited because these are MEMS. If you don't know what MEMS is, I'll do a really shitty job of explaining it. MEMS is a different type of way to move air. Dynamic driver is a speaker driver, and it moves with a magnet and a coil, and that's what moves it. A balanced armature is basically a sealed little box, and then armature goes with magnetic. I think is it magnets? Or BAs magnets? But whatever, they're an established technology. Forget the word tribrid, because I hate that. But MEMS is actually a technology that exists in everything we already have. When your phone knows north, south, east, west, and has a gyroscope in it, those are MEMS modules that are like microscopic and feeling the magnetic forces of the Earth. Very, very small mechanical things. So including them in an IEM that is not powered, because most of the time you'll find MEMS in self-powered IEMs where they're basically using 10 volts to articulate the thing, and it's controlling the flow of air with valves, instantaneously fast. If you want to know how fast MEMS are, DLP projectors, the mirrors that turn to either reflect or keep light, are MEMS. So imagine that, but specifically for audio to allow the pass-through of air. And they can use it to craft a rather unique perspective. How they're doing it without the addition of like external power and just going off something normal, I mean, this is exceptional, not really normal, is the tricky bit. And I want to not focus too much on that MEMS, because let's just assume, like, you don't care. It isn't like you can't get into heaven if you don't have a MEMS IEM. Let's just assume you found these on a fucking park bench. You don't even know the name. You don't even know the Halcyon name. You find these on a park bench. You pick them up. They have really clean ear tips for some reason, because that's how people leave their IEMs. Stop doing the thing. And you put them in your head. And all you care about, just like me on this channel, all I care about is the end sound. I don't care how much it costs. I don't care who died to build it. I don't care. I just need to know when I hit play and Orbital's Halcyon on and on, which sounds... You know this song. You'd probably know it better if I jumped ahead to like... Number one, holy fuck the bass. It's not absurdist based. There's a genre of IEM people, whom I know very well, who are into just absurdist based, like exhibitionism, absurdism. And these are not that. But these are certainly like you went to the knob inside your car that controls the bass and you were just like... And you walked away. So that dynamic driver is pulling a fuckload of weight, because it feels like my body is vibrating. And I looked up how the actual drivers are organized. So the dynamic obviously does low end. 2 of the balanced armatures do the mid-range, so vocals and a lot of instruments are coming through those 2 BAs. And then the final BA, the third BA, is treble, and the MEMS is essentially a super tweeter. Or, they didn't say that, they just said that it would, I'm going to read it off the Linstall page. The trebles are fitted with a custom WBF K-Series balanced armature tweeter, which is paired with the U-Sounds MEMS driver to achieve ultra-high resolution. So now, I don't know what achieving ultra-high resolution means technically, and I don't fucking care. What I care about is the bass is solid, the bass brings you to this place, and then all the other music... Like, it feels like it's pouring the music on me. It's raining music. Hallelujah. It's a raining music every day. It is one of the thickest sounding IEMs. And I know from KiwiEars, they usually are in the cheaper category of like $80, maybe $120. So having like a $250 when these are done, $259, that's a higher end KiwiEars. That's a higher end KiwiEars. The other high end KiwiEars, which I think was either $270 or $400, was the Astral. KiwiEars Astral, one of my favorite IEMs of the last 18 months. I don't remember if I reviewed it in 2025 or if that's a 2026 early on, but the Astral, god tier IEM. So I know KiwiEars has the chones to make a more expensive IEM and make it good. And the fact that this doesn't sound just like that, but detuned, that they've gone for a new direction in the structure and the architecture and everything, gives me hope that if I do a collab with them, for an IEM, we're going to find something that they've never done before, because they found something that they've never done before that I've never heard before already in this. You can actually see the pattern here. What is that trying to say? What are you saying to me? What does that say to you? Led Zeppelin. There's a very quiet, calm guitar with hiss in the background, recorded in the 70s with a very big acoustical echo, and I can taste all of it. It's like each one of the drivers in this unit is turned up to 11. How's the bass driver? 11 out of 10. How's all the BAs? Well, the mid-range is like the vocals are so sweet, present, and I don't want to say forward, because if I skip forward to when there's actually... They're natural. The vocals are natural. So those BAs are perfect. And then the treble, which I always get worried when they put the new fancy driver at the treble region, because in the past, many times, I'll listen to an IEM, and it's like, hey, we have this new IEM, and it's got a DD, and it's got 3 BAs, but our new electrostatic driver is there for the treble, and they turn that fucker up to 11, like volume, not quality, volume to 11, or 12, or 13, or 15, so that you know you've got the IEM with that new electrostatic, and it's literally painful to listen to. So it takes a lot of restraint to add something so new and so exciting, and it's MEMS, and it doesn't need power, and be subtle about it. And these are subtle about it. Everything they built, if you forget that the MEMS exists and you just listen to it like a 4-way IEM, not a 5-way, I would have questions like, well, how are you doing this? How does this like expand the soundstage wider? I'm very confused and I don't understand. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with not knowing what's in an IEM and just enjoying the sound. But it's kind of like my hobby, just to figure out how you doing that. What are you doing with this? Wait. Perfect. This is the beginning of the track. Holly meets Hans from Die Hard 1, because that's the soundtracks I have on here. There's a subtle hiss, and the hiss is perfectly presented. And then there's just the plucking, and I can hear the different recording sessions where the microphone was a little bit different, where they got the da-da-da-da-da, and then they did something, had coffee, maybe they had lunch break. I do that one again, and they took the second section of the... And it just sounds spatially different. And that's not something you usually get when you're just listening to a DD with 3 BAs. It's like, it's fine. You know, fucking Defiant is a DD with 3 BAs. And I tuned the shit out of Defiant. And I couldn't make it do this if I tried. This is an actual time where you have to pay attention to, like, why? Oh, fucking MEMS. Stop. No copyright infringement, please. Which, by the way, the Die Hard soundtrack, the original Die Hard soundtrack in FLAC is just... I miss you, Michael Kamen. I miss you. Sonny Boy. Like, every time there's... like an acoustic guitar string plucked, I could hear every frequency it's representing. I could hear the twang of the actual string. I could hear the resonance of the wooden cabinet. I could just feel that guitar. When there's a vocalist, I can tell how far away from the microphone they were. So these are doing a job, and they're doing it for $200 if you catch them on Kickstarter. So yeah, I'm gonna wholeheartedly recommend these. Oh my god, that piano. There's like a subtle piano in the background, like do do do. And it doesn't like it sounds like all the music is happening here except for that piano, which is happening literally back there. 5 feet behind me, pointing backwards. And it's like, how would you do that? I'm loving this new trend. It's making me happy that I'm experiencing all these new sounds because I was getting kind of bored, honestly, of IEMs. So now I get to look forward to not just, oh, it's very clean and a little bit bassy, or it's very clean, a little bit mid-forward. I get to say, oh, it's very clean, it's bassy, and also the pianos are always 10 feet behind you and facing backwards. And it's like, how is that a consistent trait? And I'm like, I don't know. Huh. This is from the Redline OST. This is Gangster. Now, I think I've heard the entire Redline soundtrack in my life because I've had it for years. And usually, if I find a song that's like really impressive, I'll add it to a special playlist. That's my testing playlist, or when I do sound demos, which are for patrons and subscribers only. And I'm pretty sure I would have added this track to that playlist, but I know it's not there. And that makes me curious because that makes me wonder, how much better is this making music like this sound than it had sounded on of 55,000 other things? I have to go back and listen. I'm going to add Gangster to the new test playlist. And now we're just going to shuffle the new test playlist. So Mito White Lies is... Oh, it's so frail and fragile. Just... God, these are blessed IEMs. I gotta take them off. I'm gonna keep listening, and it's gonna be a 45-minute long review. I only sat down to listen to these today because I needed to get done before the Kickstarter was ended. And I knew it was KiwiEars. I knew I was gonna like it. But I'm always like, MEMS is like the buzzword. It's not as bad as AI. I didn't put AI in the fucking things. I just put MEMS drivers in it. And a lot of times when you put a MEMS drivers in something, I zone out and I'm just like, yeah, it's good, whatever. But I'm pretty sure you couldn't get an IEM to sound and do things with the position of sound that these do without that tech. Whatever they're doing to make them work. On top of that, they are beautifully fucking built. Like, lightweight yet beautiful, hardened, like, smooth chrome. I love these fucking things. You want to wear them for a second? I'll put them on your head. Your virtual head. Please check out the Kickstarter before it ends. And if you're watching this and the Kickstarter has ended, sad but true, $260 is supposed to be the retail value. We all know they don't sell for $260 when they come out. These will probably end up being $250. And if I'm going to do that thing where I guess like how much I'd say they're worth, I'd love to guess more than that. I'd love to say $350 or $400 because they are unique enough in their sound. And if you just qualify unique sound as worth $500, fine. But we are lacking in accessories. And once you only have like a box and the standard KiwiEars like thing with the logo crooked and only filters and some pads and a silicone packet, I can't really put your value that like higher. Like if this had a beautiful box and it had accessories and it had 4 different types of tips and the different boxes and oh my god, it comes with a USB adapter from DD Hi-Fi so you could play it on the go. Then I could put this at $450 easy. $450 to $500 easy. But because they lack the accessories, I'm going to have to say that their rough estimated value is probably going to be around what their retail value is. So $260 or so. What are we looking at here? Where's the memes? I almost want to call the memes thing the memes thing because it can occasionally feel like a meme. And I think KiwiEars has actually figured out how to apply it in a way that it's just fantastic. I still don't know how it works. I need to watch a video on memes drivers. We can call them memes drivers. We're allowed. And figure it out, because I know roughly how they work in other technologies, but to move audio, and I had the MEMS rep just going off ham on me for the last 3 years every time I go to like London or something. So I should know from his rantings. But I still would love to see like a scientific broken down diagram, because I'm just so kind of shocked at what these are doing. And the only thing that explains it is the MEMS driver. I'd love to hear a set of these where the MEMS are broken and just see how much different my perception of spatial reality becomes. Is it more normalized? So Wallpaper and the Wallpaper Horde, links to these both on Kickstarter. If it's still up, congratulations, go get a set. If it's only on Linsole, congratulations, go get a set. If we're so far in the it's 2030, because it's currently 2026. It's 2030 and these are not sold anymore. I am sad for the world. Leave a comment in 2030. So, girl, Patreon, subscribe to support the channel. Thank you wholeheartedly. You guys keep the channel going. And I will see you in the next one. Whenever the hell that'll be. I actually have a pile of IMs. A fucking pile. I want to hear this. I want to hear Necromonogatari.